Blueface really thought he could play dirty mind games with Chrisean behind closed doors, publicly deny Junior, and keep acting cool on the internet. But he had no idea Chrisean was holding the nuclear button that could throw him straight back behind bars. She didn't just leak his private DMs. She threatened his probation.
He booked a flight to Baltimore. Chat. This is him texting me. Then he keep trying to play, bro. The reason why I ain't really air this out, because I'm trying to protect you. You on probation. You can get hurt playing around in Baltimore without no permission. Then you keep playing with our kid because I put my foot down last night.
According to public discussion, when the police and CPS raided Blueface's house midstream, he was outside lying his face off out of pure panic. Because inside, Chrisean and Junior were literally hiding on his bed the entire time.
Somebody sent cops to his house. So we're in the house. His cops banging on the door. He getting scared. It's like, what you scared for? Like, we don't have to answer the door. Like, nothing wrong with, like, we just got people that's stalking us.
Chrisean issued a brutal warning. If Blueface doesn't stop playing these demonic games with their son, his entire location history goes straight to the authorities. But the real shocker isn't his fear of the cops. The real madness erupted when Blueface, out of pure spite, retaliated by abandoning Junior in a blood-curdling way. That Chrisean has just exposed.
You know what? You did that out of spite. You didn't want me to go to practice. You wanted me to hang out with you. No, that's a demon. He lied. He deceived me.
Behind the scenes, this entire nightmare didn't just blow up overnight. To understand why Chrisean is ready to burn it all down, you have to look at the secret truce that was playing out in private while the public was completely blind to it. For weeks, internet reactions suggested that Chrisean had finally escaped the circus, but the reality was a deeply twisted game of false hope. Chrisean dropped the absolute ultimate receipt. Direct screenshots of Blueface private flight bookings, showing him sneaking out of Baltimore just to be with her and Junior. Supporters believe this exposes the absolute double life Blueface has been running, acting like a single, unbothered bachelor on his timelines while begging for his family back in the dark.
W's too for my BD, cause Sean needed the long time with his daddy, and that warms my heart. So I'm like so happy about that. Being mature.
This hidden reality created a massive shift in public perception because it proved the entire unbothered persona was a complete fabrication. While Blueface online fans were praising him for keeping his distance and staying out of the drama, he was privately funding secret link-ups. Chrisean was so overwhelmed by this sudden shift that she was literally filming herself crying in her car, completely overjoyed that her son was finally getting quality time with his father. Critics argue that this vulnerability was her biggest mistake, because it set her up for a psychological trap that Blueface allegedly uses whenever he feels like he's losing control over her narrative. The immediate consequence of these leaked DMs has left Blueface hardcore defenders completely speechless. You can't claim a woman is delusional or chasing clout when you are literally booking flights to her city and text messaging her around the clock. Industry observers noticed that the power dynamic completely flipped the moment those receipts hit the internet. The public discourse quickly turned from laughing at the drama to a serious discussion about the emotional manipulation taking place behind closed doors. Chrisean didn't just leak text messages. She exposed a pattern of calculated behavior designed to keep her hooked in private while humiliating her in public. But the piece was incredibly short-lived, and the emotional fallout escalated the second Chrisean tried to maintain her own career and personal identity. According to public reports, Chrisean has been heavily focusing on her training for an upcoming boxing match, trying to build a stable life outside of the toxic relationship loop. Behind the scenes, however, this newfound independence allegedly drove Blueface insane. The narrative shifted instantly from a happy co-parenting dynamic to an aggressive power struggle over who controls Chrisean's time and energy. This is exactly when the narrative gets incredibly dark and public outrage began to boil over. Chrisean revealed that Blueface started throwing massive tantrums the moment she refused to cancel her boxing practice just to stay home and entertain him. The public reaction to this specific detail has been brutal, with fans pointing out that Blueface has a history of trying to dim Chrisean's light whenever she starts succeeding on her own. By demanding that she abandon her professional responsibilities to cater to his whims, he wasn't acting like a supportive partner. He was acting like a warden trying to keep his favorite prisoner locked away. The consequence of Chrisean standing her ground led to a moment of pure, spiteful retaliation that has completely redefined how the internet views Blueface as a parent. When Chrisean refused to cancel her workout, Blueface allegedly decided to punish her by using their innocent child as a weapon. He didn't just leave the house out of frustration. He packed up and abandoned the baby upstairs without saying a single word to Chrisean. Supporters are absolutely disgusted by this move, arguing that using a helpless infant to get back at a mother during a petty argument is a boundary that should never, ever be crossed. This specific act of abandonment completely shattered whatever trust Chrisean had left, causing her to completely pull back the curtain on his domestic behavior. Industry observers are pointing out that this moves the situation out of standard reality TV drama and straight into reckless endangerment territory. Leaving a baby asleep upstairs while telling the mother absolutely nothing is a massive liability, regardless of who else is in the building. The public perception has shifted from viewing them as a chaotic couple to recognizing a genuinely dangerous situation for the child involved. The fallout from his betrayal has triggered an irreversible wave of anger from Chrisean, who openly labels his behavior as straight-up demonic. She isn't just mad about a mispractice. She is utterly horrified that she trusted a man who would leave their child unattended just to prove a petty point. Internet reactions are completely flooded with commentary calling Blueface out for his extreme hypocrisy, especially since he routinely judges Chrisean's parenting skills on his public platforms. The mask is completely slipped, and the internet is watching the real-time destruction of any future co-parenting relationship they could have ever hoped to build. The breaking point of this entire timeline didn't just happen in the dark. It unfolded live in front of thousands of people, exposing the absolute chaos happening inside Blueface's house. According to public discussion, the internet witnessed pure panic in real time when the police and CPS suddenly showed up at his door during a live broadcast. While Blueface was furiously pacing around outside, telling his viewers that nobody was at his house and trying to act completely unbothered, behind the scenes, the reality was a total contrast. Chrisean later exposed that she and Junior were literally hiding inside his bedroom on his bed while he was outside, lying his face off to the authorities. The immediate public fallout from this stream raid has completely divided the internet. Supporters believe Blueface was frantically trying to protect his family from aggressive internet trolls who weaponized wellness checks to swat his house. However, critics argue this wasn't about protection at all. It was about pure shame. The public narrative shifted instantly, with people accusing Blueface of treating his own flesh and blood like a dirty little secret that he only acknowledges behind closed doors when the cameras are turned off. Industry observers notice that the timing of this police encounter perfectly explains Blueface escalating aggression on his subsequent streams. He wasn't just mad at the viewers asking about Junior. He was terrified of the legal consequences. Chrisean revealed that Blueface was visibly shaking and scared of what the cops would do if they caught them all together. The consequence of this panic led to Blueface completely melting down and blaming Chrisean for bringing heat to his doorstep, further fracturing their fragile truce. Internet reactions suggest that the specific livestream deception completely ruined Blueface's credibility with his core fan base. You can only tell the public that a woman is stalking you for so long before receipts prove you are actually harboring her in your home. The escalating discourse moved from laughing at their usual toxicity to genuine disgust over how a helpless baby was being shuffled around into bedrooms like contraband just to maintain a fake online image. Behind the scenes, the emotional tension reached a boiling point as Chrisean realized that Blueface would rather look like a liar to his fans than publicly stand up as a father. This realization completely altered her perspective, turning her initial happiness into cold, vindictive rage. The narrative wasn't about a couple trying to mature anymore. It became an explicit documentation of a mother realizing her child's father is driven entirely by public perception and fear of authority. But just when the internet thought the situation couldn't get worse, a new detail completely changed the narrative and turned this toxic family drama into a dangerous legal trap that could destroy Blueface's freedom forever. The narrative has officially crossed a line from a toxic relationship into a full-blown legal nightmare. The biggest consequence of this fallout is no longer just about public humiliation. It is about Blueface's actual freedom. Chrisean dropped the ultimate hammer by threatening to take her massive archive of location data and text receipts straight to his probation officer, a move that could immediately trigger a violation and send him back behind bars. Publicly, the timeline shifted dramatically when Chrisean went live and officially declared, "I ain't balancing no more co-parenting." She confirmed she has completely cut ties, packed up Junior, and walked away from the entire situation. Furthermore, Chrisean exposed Blueface's final desperate text messages where he admitted wanting to hide somewhere and stated that when he thought about running away, he thought of her. This text exposure has sent online speculation into absolute overdrive. The internet is currently flooded with theories that Blueface already knew he had severely violated his probation terms during his secret trips to Baltimore, and that he was actively planning to flee the jurisdiction before authorities caught up with him. Fans are widely debating whether Chrisean has already made the call to the probation officer behind the scenes. Industry observers are noticing that the tone around the couple has completely shifted from entertainment to genuine concern. Legal commentators within the hip-hop space are pointing out that Chrisean now holds total operational control over Blueface's career. One single official statement from her regarding his travel history or his domestic behavior could completely dismantle his upcoming August 22nd boxing match and paralyze his business operations. The power dynamic has officially flipped, leaving Blueface exposed to the ultimate fear of loss. The mask is completely slipped, and the finality of the situation is absolute. Chrisean Rock has officially walked away, leaving Blueface to face the wreckage of his own public denials and a looming legal disaster. This is no longer just standard reality TV drama for the internet to laugh at. It is a high-stakes waiting game where a man's actual freedom hangs entirely by a thread. This brings us to the biggest unanswered mystery of this entire fallout. What did Blueface mean in his final private text when he told Chrisean, "When I thought a run, I thought of you"? Was he actively planning a quiet escape from the law? Or was he desperately trying to manipulate Chrisean one last time before his world caved in? The internet is completely divided on this, and we need to hear from you. Is Chrisean 100% justified for pulling the nuclear option and threatening his probation after he abandoned their baby upstairs? Or is she playing a dangerously toxic game by weaponizing the legal system? Who is truly in the wrong here? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because the debate is raging and we are reading every single reply. If you want to stay ahead of every single breaking update, receipt drop, and legal fallout in this situation, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. Because as it stands, the authorities are watching. Chrisean holds all the cards, and the next move could instantly send Blueface from the boxing ring straight to a jail cell. Stay tuned.